placket. This little dude. Just make sure that you cut the two little slits that are at the bottom here. That's all. So you take the space between the two little slits. You iron it up a 1/4 inch. Like that. Preferably with your iron, but I'm trying to save time here. Iron it up a 1/4 inch again. And then stitch it down, top stitch near the first fold. Easy. Okay. Rolled hem, sleeve placket, done. So if this were a little teeny sleeve, like so, what would happen is the cuff would sit around here and then like there would be a button or something that closed that over. And so that would be how that edge was finished off, so you could get your hand in there. It's not the cutest thing in the world, but maybe like if you had a little peasant blouse or something, you know? Maybe you could do a little placket like that. I don't know. It's one of our samples. It's not hard, so there you go. That's that guy. Placket number 2 is the continuous lap. Now, continuous lap placket, this is the one that is actually on the shirt. So make sure you know how to actually do this. The thing about continuous lap is you notice probably on your shirt there's a little line here, right? You gotta make sure you know where that line is. So get out your tracing wheel on your paper and do the line. Because the first step is we're gonna sew 1/8 of an inch all the way around the line to just reinforce it before we cut it open. So once you've sewn around the line, you can cut the line open. So the sewing just sort of stabilizes your fabric so it doesn't totally unravel. Then you pull it open like so, and you take the actual placket, which you'll have all this little, you have this piece in your shirt pattern, I think. This looks familiar-ish. Okay. So the way this goes, it's kind of like when you put the waistband on, that you put the right side of the placket on the wrong side of the sleeve. So you pull that slit open and attach it on there, like that. And you sew it at a 1/4 inch. The other thing about a continuous lap placket, it's a way to finish off a slit. So if you at some point in your design process had a slit somewhere else on a garment, you could finish it off in the same manner. Just, FYI. So it's sort of a multi-purpose. Good trick to know. So I'm mixing this around here before I sew it. Especially look at the very center of it. When you pin the center, you want to smooth it out the best you can so you're not getting too much of a fold sewn in there. And then we will stitch it at 1/4 inch.
Did you stitch this already?
It's just
Oh,
pinned.
it's like,
Yeah. Okay, so here we go, 1/4 inch. And unpin it. And then the edge that's not stitched to anything, you're going to iron that under 1/4 inch. The seam you just sewed, you're going to iron towards the little placket, and then that folded edge is going to come and cover over the seam. So like I said, it's a lot kind of like work to the waistband of the pants. And of course, please use the iron. I'm just trying to save us all a little bit of time here on the demo. Okay, I'm gonna spin this around with half of it pinned and half of it not pinned, so you can kind of see what happened there. And I'm gonna stitch it right on the edge of the fold, and then we're almost done with that guy. Almost. that stitch, there's just one more little step. But I mean, see, at this point the whole edge is bound, so that's nice. Okay, the one last little step. You put the binding to the inside of the sleeve. That. And then right at the top of the fold, you sew a little corner across, which helps keep the binding inside the sleeve where it belongs. It's all done. That is what it looks like. So this is how the little plackets on your shirts work out. So we have one more placket sample, which is just called shirt sleeve placket, and it's kind of fancy pants, but some people really like it. And if you really like it, you could actually do the shirt sleeve placket instead of the continuous lap on your shirt. So that's a choice for you. Any questions on that guy? Continuous lap? You're basically just binding the slit and then kind of pop it to the inside. And remember, that's handy if you ever have any kind of slit you need to deal with. You can always put the binding on it. Maybe a little slit in a skirt or something. Okay, so shirt sleeve placket starts off very similar because it has the slit drawn on here. So you need to sew the 1/8 inch around the slit to reinforce it before you cut it open. So reinforced, you can cut it open. There you go. Continuous lap, it's just, one binding all the way around. Shirt sleeve is really 2 separate bindings. That's how that works out. If you choose to do this guy on your shirt, make sure that when you do your sleeves, you make a left and a right, and they're opposite. And it should close, like if this is your arm and the placket's here, it should close going down. So just be careful, if you choose to do this on your shirt, that you close them the right way. Because believe you me, I have done the wrong one. That's not irritating. Okay, so there's the under placket, which is the little piece, and then the top placket, which is the big fancy piece. So we're going to do the under placket first. Okay, so on one side, lay the under placket under your little sleeve, lining up to one of those edges. So again, it's that thing of putting the right side of the placket with the wrong side of the shirt. And you're just going to sew it at 1/4 inch. And just stop sewing when you get to the top of the slit. The piece is a little longer than that, but that's okay.